Hello. I was bored and out of video ideas, so today I'm showing you guys all the physical art that I have of Dream SMP. So first up, beginning my Dream SMP journey, is my first Dream SMP drawing. Here we have Ronbu. Now, I actually added the tail and the tear scars afterward. I didn't know he had a tail and tear scars when I made the original drawing, but I added it in later. So that's pretty good, honestly. And Dream. My Dream drawing is actually pretty simple. I did do him with brown hair instead of a blonde or a muddy blonde, but I think I did really well with the hood, or at least the details on the hood, and the netherite armor. Next we have Nikki, which I actually didn't know much about Nikki when I drew this. I actually added the fish scales afterward. And here she's wearing Wilbur's jacket. I realize now that she wears it more of as a cape, but I think I did a really nice job on the hair. Drawing my my design for him has upgraded itself, at least on the cape and hair details a bit. This crown is probably the most detailed crown I've ever pictured him wearing. We have Tommy and Tubbo. I did not do Tommy's shirt correctly. I didn't have reference. I was dumb. I had Tubbo's little goat horns, and I even added bandage on Tommy. Oh, also, sorry for the horrible video quality. It's not my fault. And here we have Fundy. Some people draw him as an actual fox, just standing up, but I like him more as a person, mostly because I can't draw animals. I did the stripes on his coat, and I did one ear down, which I think is really cute. And Dadza, Philza. I probably spelt that wrong. Anyway, I drew the hardcore little wristband and the little crow. And I did do his wings. I could have detailed the wings, but I was too lazy and didn't want to. Nothing is happening. You can't see anything. And we have Foolish. So I added a little shark tail because I looked up Foolish fan art, and I saw this really cool one where the tail was like navy and electric blue and like tan and all sorts of colors. So I drew that, and he has his little shark hood and his trident. I actually really like this one. And then Puffy. I did do the steering wheel. That was actually really hard. I'm bad at drawing things. I really like the Puffy, I really like the way her hair curls. It kind of looks like clouds, honestly. I think I did really well on that one. And as you can see here, we have an unfinished J-Schlatt. Don't blame me, alright? I got bored. That was nothing. You heard nothing. It didn't break. It's fine. You heard nothing. Next, we have a rather big canvas. So, this one, I actually got watercolor brushes, and I think I did a really good job on this one, and I added a bit of blood right here. The strap was pretty hard to do. I probably could have done this better, this particular part. I had a bit of green shading on the bottom to show that it was more of Dreams. When my mom walked in and saw it, she asked if it was an egg. Yeah. Alright, moving on. Okay, guys. I think you'll really like this one. Bam! It's a bunch of eyes! Anyway, so I did this all while I was on vacation for 4 days back in October. So here we have Dream right here. You can't, okay, again, for the camera quality, I apologize. It's horrible. I know. I'm sorry. Not my fault. Here we have Dream. This is probably the most normal eye on this entire thing. It just got wilder and wilder as I went on. And here we have Tommy. I added a bit of a determined look to it. Oh, and Wilbur. I actually really like this one. I added a bit of red under the eyes here and a little strand of hair to show that it was Wilbur. And here we have Tubbo. I added a bit of you guys can't see it, but I added a bit of firework scars and this little black thing on his eye for the firework scar. Fun fact, I actually did have, oh wait, no, I'll tell you guys about that later. Alright, here we have Technoblade. Stop. Camera. Good. Here we have Technoblade. I actually made his eyelashes like a light pink or red. Because it's my personal headcanon that Techno's hair was red at first. But then, you know how if you get stressed too much, then your hair starts to turn gray earlier? So I thought we could do that for Techno, and the voices made him stressed. So instead of turning gray, his hair turned pink, which is just a lighter version of red. And here we have Phil. You can't see it, alright? You can't see it, but I did wonderful wrinkles over here, okay? I did wonderful wrinkles. And we have Sam. I actually really like the black sclera. This is actually really cool and one of my like colored ones. And we have Fundy. I did like an orange eyebrow and eyelashes, and this little like squiggly wormish thing is supposed to be tears, but I'm not good at drawing those yet, so forgive me. And this is probably my favorite one, Quackity. I decided to do the blind eye and not the good one, so I drew the eyebrow with the scar through it and the eye with the scar through it. I probably could have made the scar longer, because it goes like all the way down his face. But I think I did really good with this one. It's a bit messy. You guys can't see it, but it is a bit messy around here, with the pencil marks. But learning, guys, learning process. Anyway, and Foolish. This was the simplest and quickest one to do, because I didn't have to do a pupil. The green kind of, you guys can't see it again, but the green kind of like went weird over here. But I like it. And finally, we have Ronbu. Now, of course, he has two different colored eyes, so I wasn't sure which one to do, so I did both. This looks very realistic and very creepy. Like, every time I stare at it, I'm just terrified. And so I actually did green eyelashes and red eyelashes on either side. It's kind of weird because all the others are just single eyes, but then this one's both. So it kind of looks a bit out of place, but worth it. And here we have Charlie Slimesicle. Now, I tried to make the iris look like a slime, like with the dark center and like the goop around it, but it didn't work very well. And here we have like slime dripping down here. I could have added an eyebrow. That would have worked better. And more eyelashes. This looks really weird. Right. And Nikki. Nikki's wasn't like the most fun to draw, because I often spend a lot of time drawing like feminine eyes with like long eyelashes and like eyeliner and mascara and stuff. And there are no men on the Dream SMP. There are no women on the Dream SMP. Like, barely. So I had fun doing this one. I really like adding like the eyeshadow colors, and I added like a lot of purple and pink because she's often see, back then I was confused with Origins SMP and Dream SMP. So I thought Nikki in Dream SMP was a fish. She is not. Alright, and here we have Bad and Skeppy. So I actually had them like look at each other. So that was really cool. I really like the grayish black skin that I did over here, and you guys can see it a little bit, but I made the eye like slightly yellowish. And then for Skeppy, I added a few diamonds over here, and I actually made his eye like more of a greenish blue. Oh, that was an accident. Ha! That was an accident. All right, and then again, unfinished J-Schlatt. I have a problem. All right, and there's actually what I was referring to before. There's actually a secret code that I imprinted into this drawing. So it depends on which way the eye is facing, which eye I drew, and which way it's looking, and how it's angled. So for example, the more angled it is, the more evil it is. Right, so if it's looking this way toward the right, then the character is more good. But if it's looking this way to the left, the character is more on the evil side. And if it's looking straight at you, front and center, then obviously it's a more neutral character. Alright, and the angle of how it's tilted is, I guess, it also adds to the evilness. But, yeah. And also the size of the people. Though that's just normal science. Like the size of the people is smaller, it's more at least like angry or evil or insane character. And if it's bigger, it's more sane or at least childlike character. So, for example, Tubbo's pupil is actually much bigger than the rest. You can't see it because my horrible tablet. But he's also looking very much to the right, meaning he's more of a good guy. And see, I think it's interesting because Foolish doesn't have a pupil, so I couldn't exactly do much. But even now, like, I wouldn't know what I would do for it. And of course, Quackity's looking front and center, and Quackity's eye is actually very much angled. And oh yes, if I drew the right eye like this, then they're at least slightly more of an evil character, or at least more of a violent character. And if it's toward this way, then they're more of a good guy, obviously. And so Tommy's is facing this way, Sam's is also facing this way, and as you can see, Ronboo has eyes facing both ways. And even more fascinating, the green eye is facing toward the evil side, and the red eye is facing toward the good side. We have, like, Jay Schlatt is looking right at you. So is Slime, so is Wilbur, because he was kind of, you know Wilbur. I don't need to explain this to you. Right, and the really interesting thing is with Bad and Skeppy. Originally, I wanted them to be looking at each other because they're such an iconic duo. But then I realized that Then I realized that I drew the evil eye for Bad and the good eye for Skeppy, but then I drew Bad looking toward the good side and Skeppy looking toward the evil side, and they were looking right at each other. So it worked out a lot. All right, next thing. All right, next, wonderful viewers, we have my paintings. It's okay. All right. All right. So I did make a disc painting, but I gave that to a friend. If you're watching, please comment on this. I know you're here. All right. So here we have Pogtopia. I actually watched Tales of the DSMP while painting this. So yeah. Tie-in. I even did the little buttons, and I was too lazy to make them different colors. And I did a little lantern here, and I think I actually did really well with the lighting and everything, especially on the floor. I kind of messed it up with the way that I drew the floor here. It could have done like much better without, though without it, it kind of looked like dirt. So forgive me. Right, there we are, Pogtopia. Next, we have the fabulous Las Nevadas. This one was actually really fun to paint. I had to paint like literally the entire canvas, like just covered in just like black and dark blue. Right, the lights were actually really hard, like, concept to, like, paint, I guess, and there was a divot in here, so it kind of looks like the light just, like, cuts off, but there's, like, a divot in this hill, kind of just goes, like, smooth and, like, steeply down, so I wanted to show that. I don't think I showed it well, but, oh, and I had a lot of fun painting the night sky with, like, the flecking, you know, and then I don't like the comets that I did. But, you know, I like it. It's actually, it's pretty good. Right, and I still need to finish L'Manberg. I'm sorry. I'm too lazy to finish it. Sorry. I wanted to add, like, you guys can't see the pencil marks, but there's gonna be, like nice clouds here, and since one was underground and the other was at nighttime, I thought I could make this at, like noon or, like morning, you know, very bright. I feel like these are too close together, so I might, like, paint this one over, or I might paint this one and this one over, or I might paint the other two over, just to make it look like they're more spaced apart. I think I'm going to paint this one and this one over, because they're the ones I did, like, worse on. But you know, rulers. I did pretty good. Alright, next thing. Alright, my next thing, viewers, and I think you guys will really like this, is Michael! He looks so cute! I did this in glass. Oh, he looks so cute, Chad. He looks so cute. Oh my gosh. I really loved drawing Michael. Like, he's such a tiny character, so it didn't take me much time. And I added the chicken. I really like his cute, like, little overalls, and I like the hair. I like how I did the hair, honestly. The pig nose, that was pretty hard to figure out. Or no, the feet. The feet were definitely the hardest thing. So I got lazy and just drew those instead of actual feet. And the next page, I finished this last night, actually. Ghost Boo! My Ghost Boo design that you saw in the animatic was not my best. I saw other people's Ghost Boo designs, and I was like, oh my gosh, that's so much better. So I changed mine. So I saw that someone added a veil, so I really like that. So I added that as well. And I kept this part the same. And I added like a bit like more flowiness to the poncho. And also he doesn't have pupils anymore because I decided that. No, I drew them and they looked really weird, so I erased them. And I also like that. And since Ranboo's whole thing is about choosing people and not sides, I thought, while he was alive, he was kind of forced to choose sides instead of people. And even his face was split into half black, half white, very evenly. So, in my Ghost Boo design, I put little splatters of black on this, or little splatters of white on this side. Little splatters of white on this side and little splatters of black on this side, so that it was more mixed, more even, you know? Which is kind of the way that he wanted it. What's on my finger? Alright, chat. This next thing, I'm very proud of. I actually painted this, during MCC. This is so cool. Alright, camera's gonna be a bit shaky, guys. Just live with it. Just live with it. The Tommy Innit bottle. Oh, you can't see it. The Tommy Innit bottle. So, I got a glass Coke bottle. Long story. But I somehow found a glass Coke bottle. And I thought, Coke. Who likes Coke? Tommy Innit. So I painted a bottle. So here we have some blue blood for revival. And I drew the passerine flower. This is the most realistic thing I've ever painted. Like, it's so cool. Alright, and here I put raccoon in it. I love it so much. Alright, and here we have the discs, nice and big. Couldn't be more familiar. And here, you can't see it, because I have a crap tab. Oh, you can see it a little bit. The compass says your Tubbo on it. I actually really like painting the compass. It's pretty easy. And here, I have 3 hearts. So, see, you could either take this as 3 full hearts, or no hearts left, because no one knows how many hearts Tommy has. Like, seriously. And, of course, jump in the Cadillac. And I wanted to put more lyrics, so I put, girl, let's put some miles on it, on the rim. I'm turning it too slow. You can't. Anyway, you get it. It kind of looks like it's written in blood with the all caps. But I needed to add some more red. It's a Tommy Innit bottle, right? I needed to add some red. And finally, this is the most important thing. The red balloon. I added the red balloon. Ah, oh my gosh. Well, thank you for watching. Wait, I should turn this around, actually. Thank you for watching. This is also horrible lighting. But, thanks for watching. This is probably going to be a really long video. I have no idea how long this thing is. Well, bye! Oh, and subscribe. And, yeah, and subscribe. And also forget that you ever saw that part of my face. Alright, now you can leave. Bye.